Alright guys, so welcome back. So this is the next installment, either the second to last or last installment. We'll see how far we get through in roughly 10 or 15 minutes here of my Hackbox. So this is a, little storage box that I just keep around wherever I'm going. If, I'm going out for more than a couple hours, honestly, I'll go and toss this in the car. You're a geek, I'm a geek. Well, presumably you're a geek. I definitely am a geek. So, you want to have a good little supply of things. Plus, it's just nice to have a little convenient, container of goodies and make your friends jealous. So, in the last couple videos, we went over what's in this box. So this is my, just general components, electronics, microcontrollers, and what have you. The smaller bits. So now in this next video, possibly two, I'm going to go over the rest of the box here. So the first thing that I'm going to go over is this little guy here. So I'm going to take him out and just show him off. So this is a little guy that I put together. It's a couple of different items, all zip tied together. Zip ties. I should probably put a good little supply of zip ties in the box. I haven't yet. Zip ties are hot glue, zip ties, duct tape. You can do whatever you want. You can fix the world with those three items. So right here, what I got is I have it is a 10,000 milliamp hour. Just the cheapest little USB battery that I could find on Amazon, but a good little power supply. And this is not only useful for what I have here, but it's got these USB ports on it. I power a lot of demo projects off of it. Really nice battery. I haven't had any problems with it. I can't remember. It's KMASHI, I think, is what the brand is. But this is a great little device. What I have here is I got a little router. And this is a TP-Link. This is one of those little TP-Link routers. Tiny little router. Just got a little USB interface. Not interface, just power supply, micro USB, and then Ethernet port and Wi-Fi. This little guy, you could use it as a normal, mobile on-the-go router. What I use it for is actually to pop myself a little local network. And on top, I have the Intel Edison. I'm not a huge fan of the Edison, but for what I'm doing here, it is a great board. And you're basically going to be paying $80 for really a Raspberry Pi. Sure, it's an x86 platform and Intel Atom processor, but it's not really going to be that much better than a Raspberry Pi, and it's going to cost you more. What I do love about this and why I am using it here is because it has basically everything you need on board. I've got, other than this expansion board here, which just lets me really, all I'm using it for is USB power. It has, it's either 1 or 2 gigabytes of RAM, which is incredible, honestly. A dual core, 500 megahertz Intel Atom processor plus MCU microcontroller. And then it's got built into it as well, it's got 4 gigabytes of flash storage on board. I mean, that's just great. And on top of all of that, it's got both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So this is really, it's not really, for most things, you're probably just better off having a Raspberry Pi, because really, who needs Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and a gig of RAM and all that storage for any one project? But you don't often need it all in one package. It's a great board for what I'm using it for, though. And what I am using it for, I know I've been kind of getting around to it, is this is my Wi-Fi Internet of Things testbed platform. So in a previous video going over what was in the other box, I talked about the ESP8266 modules. So those are great little roughly $2 modules if you buy them from China on eBay. $7 if you're going to go and buy them from SparkFun, but who's going to do that when you get them for $2 on eBay? So I use this as basically a mobile Wi-Fi platform. When I power it on, turns on, creates a network, and then this guy connects to that network. And this guy, I can SSH into it from my laptop. But the main thing it's got running on board is I installed the Mosquito MQTT server. So this is running a small, I can't remember what MQTT is, but it's a messaging, lightweight messaging platform, which is what I use as the main messaging protocol for all of my Internet of Things applications. So, and that's because, well, my the ESP8266 modules, there's a great library for the MQTT protocol. So that's what I use this for. I have a little sticker here with all the information because I'm bound to forget it. You know, login credentials, all that crap. Great little setup here. You know, I just hit the power button and suddenly, you know, I got my little routers turned on, the little green light and the Edison is turned on, and it's running. And this will run for hours. Like I said, this is a 10,000 milliamp hour battery. I've definitely let this just sit running for hours on end without draining the battery. So great little thing I've put together. I would definitely recommend, if you are planning on playing with the ESP module a lot, set yourself up a little test bed. Yeah, this whole thing in total probably would cost about $100 to put together. You know, 12 bucks for the battery, 15, 20 bucks for the router, and 60 to 80 bucks. $100, $120, get this set up. But honestly, it's really easy and convenient. And if you're not always at home, and you don't always have your own network available, here's a good network. This is a great little thing. Yeah, so that's this part. The next section that I have is yet another box. So this is where I keep kind of miscellaneous crap. So non-electrical things, but just like, again, I got myself a little bag of tools. I got a little multi-tool, a couple little screwdrivers. Nice little baggie. I always end up keeping, or I've been trying to keep, all of my little wires that are just, you know, the tiny little things, the tiny little bits of wire from going to from the breadboard power rail to some other area. I always end up cutting these, and might as well just save them. I got myself some actual jumper wires here. These are useful. You know, I'm not going to use these on anything permanent, but if I'm really quickly throwing something together, I got these. And so these are male to male. And then I got myself here male to female, because half the time you need those too. So yeah. Then I got the red and black wire, just, you know, because sometimes you need to make a custom little wire. Got myself a little bit of solder. You know, in the field it's always nice to have some solder. I got a couple of, well, one anyway, perf board, or not, proto board. Again, I don't keep a soldering iron in this pack, but oftentimes I am, you know, at the shop. I'll be not home, I'll be in the workshop, and I'll need to make myself a little board, so I keep one of these around. I got some extra baggies, just, you know, when I add components, it's nice to not have to go searching for my bag of bags. I got one little section in right here. And I got over here in this little section, I got a couple of little tiny breadboards. Good to keep these around. So that's that box. Very useful to have the wires and everything. Here's all my wires. So I got lots of different USB cables. I got, well, there's a micro and a mini. And I think I got another mini. And I got an Ethernet cable, because underneath this little guy, I got my Raspberry Pi and an extra USB stick. It's always important to keep data on hand. So, this is a little breadboard, a little project I'm working on. So, that's what I have in there. And lastly, I got myself a blank full-sized breadboard here. Always gotta keep one of these on hand. Even though I got the smaller ones, but let's face it, when you actually want to do something that's small one, not gonna cut it. Got this one here, and then I got one. I'm teaching a class. Good for most demos that I need to do. Another micro USB cable. And then it's important, keep some pens on hand. So, hey guys, that's what I got in my box here. In future videos, I will show you guys my workbench. Maybe I can put everything out and viewable, at least sort of, my box. So I got all the damn components you could ever need to get up and running. So yeah, you know, stay tuned, guys. I'm going to try to create more videos. I love showing you guys what I got. I've been working for years on trying to figure out how to organize things. I'm very much a do-it-yourself guy. I'd rather take the harder but more DIY solution than the easier go to the store and buy it solution. And if I can impart some knowledge onto you guys, and maybe you guys are wondering what you guys should keep in your setup, here's a very expanded collection. This is stuff I've collected for years, but at least you guys get a good sense of, you know, some of the things that you should keep around. So yeah, until next time, guys, take it easy.